All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a special all-event preview. SFT number 22 goes down in Brazil later tonight from the time of this recording on October 31st. It's going to be an all-ladies event. Looks to be like they're tying it to Breast Cancer Awareness Month with the pink ribbon on the fight poster. This is going to be broadcast on fight.tv at 10 p.m. Eastern Time later tonight, so I wanted to hurry up and get this out there and get everyone else aware of it while I still can. I just found out about the event within the last day or so. First up on the card is going to be a grappling bout between Isabella de Padua and Patricia Sosa. Now, de Padua, you might know, she is or was attached to the UFC roster. Of course, this is going to be a grappling bout. Don't have any stats available on Sosa. De Padua is 29 years old, stands 5 feet 3 inches, 160 centimeters tall, has a reach of 64 inches, 163 centimeters. Like I said, it's grappling, and I'm not familiar with Sosa at all. I'm not sure how good de Padua's grappling is either, but that's going to be the opening bout with a submission grappling. So next up is the first MMA fight on the card, and at bantamweight, Talita Denny's coming in, taking on Claudia Leite. Denny's coming in 2-1. Leite coming in 4-2. Now Denny's is coming off the first loss of her career via decision a year ago. Leite coming in on a 2-fight win streak via knockout, and then like 2 KO TKOs in a row. And her last fight was just 3 weeks ago, so she's making a very quick turnaround. No age given for Dennis. Leite is 23 years old. Looks like they are the same height, 5 feet 6 inches, 168 centimeters for Dennis, 167 centimeters for Leite. Dennis is going to have a nice reach advantage though, 70.5 inches, 179 centimeters to Leite's 66.1 inches, 168 centimeters. Again, two fighters. Looks like, you know, Brazilian circuit level. Just still early in their career. I don't know anything about them, so no pick on this one either. Next up, we're going to a custom rules bout in the strawweight division. Now, I'm not sure what the custom rules exactly are. My guess is probably going to be like limited ground rules. Probably like a time limit on the ground. That's usually what you get with custom rules bouts. Maybe certain restrictions as far as striking goes. Who knows? Anyway, it's Bianca Saddlemeyer taking on Florencia Greco. Saddlemeyer is 7-11 in MMA. Greco does not have an MMA record at all. Nothing available. Greco fighting out of Argentina. The only stat I have listed for her is height, 5 feet 6 inches, 167 centimeters. Saddlemeyer seems like she's been fighting forever. She's actually only 24 years old, and she stands 5 feet 2 inches, 157 centimeters, so she's given up some height to Greco. Now Saddlemeyer, Bianca, she and her sister Aline Saddlemeyer, you know, you go down their record, you see a lot of good names on their record who they've both lost to. They're almost like known proving ground fighters for a lot of, you know, really good names in the sport. So it's just an interesting fact I've noticed in the past with both of these two, that they've lost to a lot of good, decent fighters. Now, that might probably tells you, well, that just means they don't beat anybody good. But it also means that, you know, fighters who are able to beat them tend to go on to have good careers. So that's an interesting note there for the custom rules bout. Next up, we're going back to MMA, staying in the strawweight division. Julia Palastri taking on Jessica Kunya. Palastri coming in 7-2, coming in on a nice win streak. Looks like at least 5 fights in a row. And Jessica Kunya coming in 8-2, also on a nice win streak as well. Let's see, Palastri last fought a year ago. Beat Jessica Del Boni via TKO. Del Boni has fought in Invicta a few times. Kunya coming off a submission win via armbar 11 months ago. No age available for Palastri. Kunya is listed at 25 years old. They both stand 5 feet 2 inches, 157 centimeters tall. So, let's see. I don't recognize any of the names on Kunya's record, mostly looking like low-level fighters, like fighters that are just making their debut or not long afterwards. Palastri definitely has the better looking record on paper, especially that Jessica Del Boni win last year at Judo Brazil. She also has a win over someone who's like 7-2. She's been very active in the last 2 years. So just based on that alone, and I try to tell people not to judge people based on, you know, what their records look like on paper, but just based on having better experience overall, I'm going to have to go with Julia Palastri to win this one. Next up in the co-main event, moving all the way up to a bantamweight, Karini Silva taking on Sidi Roca. Silva coming in 12-4, Roca coming in 12-7-2. Let's see, Silva coming in off of 3 straight wins via TKO, submission, and then submission due to heel hook, most recent one coming 7 months ago. Roca last fought in December, losing a decision to Mariana Moraes at Judo Brazil. Before that, she fought a year ago, getting a win via TKO. She's also fought in Pancrase a couple of times and has some nice wins there. Let's see. Roca is the elder fighter by 17 years, 43 years to 26. Roca is going to stand 2 inches taller, 5 feet 7 inches, 170 centimeters to Silva's 5 feet 5 inches, 165 centimeters. Now, I don't really know anything about Silva. Looks like she's mostly been fighting low-level competition too, and getting some losses, taking some losses to, you know, less experienced competition as well. Just like a year and a half ago, she lost to someone who was only 2-0, and she would have been, what, 9-3 at the time. Doesn't speak very well. Now, Roca, of course, not a spring chicken, and well-traveled in her career, but still able to pick up some wins over some decent competition. This one's a toss-up to me. Silva looks pretty strong, but Roca, you know, I like going with the savvy veterans. So I'm going to go with the savvy veteran in this one, and I'm going to go with Sidi Roca to win. But even that one, that's not 100% on that one. So next up, we're going to the main event in the strawweight division for the SFT Vacant Strawweight Championship. Andrea Seraphim coming in 4-0, taking on Pamela Mara, coming in 4-2-1. Seraphim, of course, coming in undefeated as a pro. Last fought 10 months ago, getting a win via TKO due to elbows against Karen Talita. Pamela Mara, last fighting 8 months ago, getting a decision over Jacqueline, I guess that's Jansh. Let's see, don't have an age listed for Mara. Seraphim is 38 years old. Looks like she is the taller fighter. 5 feet 6 inches, 168 centimeters to Mara's 5 feet 4 inches, 163 centimeters. Seraphim's going to have a nice reach advantage as well. 70.9 inches, 180 centimeters to Mara's 67.7 inches, 172 centimeters. So both these ladies have a long reach. I don't know the least bit about either of these ladies. Looks like they're still early in their career. Of course, I always like watching strawweight bouts. They rarely disappoint. So it's still going to be worth watching, but I'm not going to be able to make a pick on this one. Okay, so that's it for SFT number 22, all ladies event. Like I said earlier, it's going to be on fight.tv. It's a pay-per-view. I think it's like 15 bucks. Might not be worth buying. I mean, it's up to you. But I'll be checking it out because, you know, I like to report on these and I like to keep abreast of what's going on. So anyway, let me know your thoughts on the card in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please give it a like and share it as well. That's how the word of the channel spreads. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.